President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden placed flowers at the memorial wall in honor of the victims of the tragedy in Surfside. And at first we thought he would not be going there because he didn't want to distract at all from the search and rescue efforts. But unfortunately, those efforts have been put on hold today because of uncertainty regarding the structure that's still standing.
Yeah, it's a tough day for the families. The setback is heartbreaking for the families and first responders praying survivors will be found.
Emergency crews can't take any chances that more of the building could come crumbling down. CBS 4's Jessica Layton joins us live with what one expert says is another major safety concern. Jessica.
Yeah, such a setback, such a big blow for these families who were already so tired and so frustrated by all this. But that structural engineer told me that given the magnitude of this concern and all of the creaking, cracking noises that we've been hearing coming from that part of the building that's still standing, it has to be done to save more lives.
When you're smart, if you hear cracking noises, you get the hell away from it.
That's putting it bluntly. But having investigated close to 30 collapses in the past, Allyn Kilsheimer knows what's at stake.
You want to make sure that you're not putting the guys doing the emergency work at any more risk than they already are.
The structural engineer with decades of experience was hired by the town of Surfside to find out what went so devastatingly wrong at Champlain Tower South. But now the portion of that tower that is still standing may not be stable enough to ensure safety for the first responders working the pile. That prompted a pause in the search for victims in the concrete rubble overnight. In your experience, how long could this delay the search?
I don't think there's any way that can be answered. It depends on what they find, if they can find anything.
State engineers were on site assessing the risk Thursday.
Concern assessors included 6 to 12 inches of movement in a large column hanging from the structure that could fall and cause damage to the support columns in the subterranean garage area.
How significant is that?
If it's a lateral movement, that's a substantial movement.
Kilsheimer says while not necessarily unusual after a collapse like this, he understands the race against time and the blow families will no doubt suffer with the search now halted.
While it's terrible, you have to make the best judgment you can. It can fall over, and if it falls over, you don't know which direction it's going to fall over. And certainly nobody needs to try and find even more folks in that pile of debris.
He says another factor that can make a building even more unstable is heavy wind, which of course is terrible timing considering the amount we've been talking about that.